Today's Cowboys Report is made possible by Roan. I am rocking one of their polos because I love the comfort, the flexibility, and everything about them. Get 20% off over at roan.com/chatsports when you use promo code chatsports. A still 24-hour window from a very disappointing and heartbreaking and frustrating and annoying loss to the Eagles last week. One-word reaction to describe how you're feeling this morning. Tired is where I am at. Olivia's sick, by the way, so that's not fun for me. Frustrated, angry, disappointed, all viable options. One word only, how you're feeling this morning. Normally we do Overreaction Monday. We'll do that on our live show today because there's some news and some rumors we got to get into. This one kind of interesting, kind of classic Cowboys, I would say as well. Martavis Bryant. Yeah, you guys remember him? He is set to work out Tuesday for the Dallas Cowboys. He was recently reinstated from the commissioner's suspended list. He has not played an NFL game since 2018. So do keep that in mind when it comes to your expectations for the former Steeler and Raider wide receiver. Not exactly a high bar of expectation from that perspective. He did, I'll make note, by the way, did recently play with the XFL. We'll break down some of those stats here as part of it as well. But Martavis Bryant there was a point, by the way, for Martavis Bryant, where he was a really good football player. Got to go way back to 2015. He had 6 touchdowns, 700 yards in 11 games played. He was fantasy darling. It was exciting. Then misses 2016, comes back in 2017, was okay. Played briefly for the Raiders in 2018. I think that was I remember quickly, that was the 3rd round pick that got traded for him, and that was a really bad deal by the Raiders, etc. Speedy guy, good size, good speed coming out of Clemson, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. The Cowboys have an open practice squad spot open, so look around, see if he has any value. Maybe you're doing the agent a favor by, we'll work you out where the Cowboys will get some more attention for your client. I have no idea what he really has left. And I would caution everyone, say the expectations are probably next to nothing. Guy hasn't played in 5 years. It's been late 2018 was last time he was out there. He played in the XFL, and he caught 14 passes for 154 yards. Not exactly the best production from that perspective. So you got to keep that kind of stuff in mind. I would say this is like your Antonio Callaway place. Remember when you signed Antonio Callaway last year to your practice squad just to see what he had left, see if he could contribute? Probably wasn't going to happen. Bryant's older. Then Callaway got himself in trouble, and you cut him because that, you got to be perfect if you're a practice squad player when it comes to off-the-field stuff. So it's noteworthy. We'll discuss it. It'd be a practice squad signing. You can't be mad at that. There's never been a bad practice squad signing, frankly. And you would assume there'd be no real impact in the end. So would you sign Martavis Bryant, again, to the practice squad? Y for yes, N for no. It'll be today's pinned comment. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Let's talk about Terence Steele, and we'll go more in depth on this in Overreaction Monday. I don't have no one charts offensive line except PFF, so I have to wait for them to put out their numbers there. I don't think it's going to be a very good statistical game for Terence Steele. There could be several pressures and hits and hurries and sacks, and he just wasn't good. There were multiple times he gets beat to the inside, which you can't do. You can't allow, I'll call it, it's not even a cross chop. It's like a juke move on the inside. You go to the outside, cut it up in the middle there. Can't do that as right tackle. You're going to get your quarterback killed. I am worried about Steele. I will happily acknowledge he's way ahead of schedule. The injury he suffered was a bad one. It's kind of a miracle he's out there at this stage, but he's not the same guy he was last year. He was bad against Philadelphia. If you were to pick the worst player on offense, isn't it Terence Steele? Maybe Michael Gallup, who we'll get to, by the way, later on in today's show. I need more from Steele. We'll talk about a very popular potential option for the Cowboys at right tackle. At least I've seen in the comment section, DM, social media, so I'll discuss it because, we talk about what people talk about. But first, today's show is made possible by Roan. I am a huge fan of their commuter collection. It gets you straight through any workday and right into whatever comes next. They have products for every occasion. I went to a wedding on Friday. I wore the Roan dress shirt because it's perfect with my suits. I wear the polos to work. I wear the pants to work or golfing. I do it all. It's awesome. Quarter zips because It is November, and it's getting a little bit chillier at minimum. Rhone's comfortable 4-way stretch fabric provides breathability and flexibility that leaves you free to enjoy whatever life throws your way, from your commute to work to your 18 holes of golf, or just dinner, drinks, or just driving around. It really is that simple. The Commuter Collection gets you through any workday you have and straight into whatever comes next. Head to rhone.com/chatsports and use promo code chatsports to save 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order when you head to rhone.com/chatsports and use code chatsports. Find your corner office comfort today and upgrade your closet by clicking the link and using the promo code in the comments section and the description of today's video. You probably knew it was going to be Lael Collins because it's in the headline, but still, you knew where we were going with this. Many guys ask about it, and I think it's a good conversation to have, so we'll have it. The former Cowboys right tackle, again, background info, was cut by the Bengals before the season began. And Collins, by the way, suffered the exact same injury on a very similar maybe 2 weeks later, 2.5 weeks later, whatever it was, timeline that Steele did. Shredded that knee. It was a really bad injury. And the Bengals did not think Collins was going to contribute, as he played fine for them at right tackle. They got Orlando Brown. They've always had offensive line depth issues. There was a lot of buzz. They might keep him. Ends up getting cut. Now, the last we heard of Lael Collins, and I would not be surprised if maybe at some point this month we get another update on him, Lael Collins had taken visits with both the New York Jets and the New York Football Giants. He had workouts/visits with both of them. He did not sign with either team, despite both teams being in desperate, dire straits for offensive lineup. And they're still in bad position. And I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants just lost Evan Neal for a few weeks potentially with an ankle sprain. He might have to go down that route to find somebody to step in. The problem is, the issue why Terence Steele is not playing as well right now, he's not 100% back from his own injuries. So Terence Collins, I think, is in worse shape medically. And that's just reading tea leaves here. He hasn't been cleared. Nobody signed him. Or he was cleared. It took him a while. No one signed him. He got cut. He's still available. My concern here is, if you're upset, and we should be upset, with the right tackle not being the normal self, not being good enough, coming back from his own injury, we're now going to go to a worse right tackle, who was worse last year, who was even further behind, older, and on the same injury. I don't think that's a solution. Now, just like I said for Martavis Bryant, practice squad is fine. Never been a bad practice squad signing. And there aren't any really viable options out there at the offensive tackle spot because it's November. And you missed your window to add some more depth really before the draft is when you should have made some moves there. So practice squad, I'm not going to complain. But my expectations are also set very low because I don't know if he has it anymore. The Bengals were concerned he wasn't going to be good enough. The fact that the Giants and Jets didn't sign him is a real big red flag for me. Maybe they were wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. So should the Dallas Cowboys sign Lael Collins? S for sign, P for pass. Sound off for me in the comments section right now. We will also once again visit the wide receiver room. And you paid the guy coming off the knee injury in Terence Steele, and you paid the guy coming off a knee injury in Michael Gallup, and oh boy, this one's even worse. He continues to see a reduced role for the Dallas Cowboys. He is wide receiver 3 at this moment, and really, passing game option 5? 6? Lamb's been balling. Ferguson's actually emerged really well. Pollard been more productive. Tolbert outplayed him again. It's bad. He had a critical and brutal drop again. The snap counts, which is the best way to determine who's your receiver 3, etc. Obviously, Lamb's receiver 1. He's a dog. Brandon Cooks continues to not get targets because they keep using him as a decoy, which I hate, but he's out there for 77% of the snaps. Gallup had 36. Tolbert had 31. Turpin had 13. Now, the issue is that Turpin is, not that great. He's only a slot, I should say. He can't play on the outside. So Gallup and Tolbert kind of play your outside X receiver reps when Lamb's in the slot. And then they go ahead and kick out, Gallup and Tolbert. If they're going to put Lamb on the outside, they can use Turpin more on the inside. And some Cooks in there. But it's Lamb 1, Ferguson 2, as tight end 1, then Cooks, and then Gallup's not that great. So pick a wide receiver 3. MG for Michael Gallup, JT for Jalen Tolbert, or KT for Kavontae Turpin. Pick that receiver 3. You got to pick one in the comments section right now. I might put Gallup last on that list. Like, Turpin offers me some real juice and speed. Michael Gallup this year, 38 targets. He's caught 22 passes, 243 yards, 0 touchdowns, 4 drops. And that drop was brutal. Again, that truly was a one-play football game. And what's annoying in the one-play football games, there's about 24 plays. You can go, that one, that one, that one, that one. All like, if that happens, game totally changes. You probably even win. So it's annoying when it's like, 3rd and 3, Gallup wide open, hits him in the chest. He drops it. You know, Jalen Tolbert was better. He actually played pretty well, I thought, against Philly. 5 targets, 3 catches, 49 yards, 2 targets his way kind of in critical moments. That also kind of speaks to your issues right now on offense. As good as your passing game was, the big play in that 4th down play, right? You know, they want to go to Lamb. Lamb's doubled. So the way the offense is designed is mindset goes, okay, got to go to the X. He had Ferguson really open. But Ferguson's not actually the read there. You're under pressure. You got to get it out quickly. It's Lamb. Okay, he's doubled. I'm going to go to my X receiver. Well, it's Tolbert. And it wasn't a great throw anyway. And Gallup wasn't going to make it there either. And you got to go to Ferguson. Again, one-play game. Very frustrating. One of the few misses from the quarterback, and that one stung for sure. We will have more Overreaction Monday later on today in the live Cowboys report. Vent session will be open. Free 24-hour window to complain and not have it be held against you, because that rule is always applied here. YouTube.com/@CowboysTV. Hit that sub button right now.